All right, beautiful people, what is up? Welcome, welcome. We're on time today. We're on time. I'm proud of myself. We've been wanting to do these afternoon streams. We've been trying to stay on track with afternoon streams, and I'm proud of myself because for the past, what, 3 or 4 days, we've been on time. So here we are. What is up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Let's see who's going to get first in chat today. And while we wait on that, let's go ahead and pull up the comments. Go ahead and get those going. We already notified the Discord that we are live, right? We did that. We're good. We're good. Olivia's first in chat. What's up, Olivia? Brandon says first has to be me. Not today. Olivia got you just barely. Just barely. What's up, Mike? What's up, PJ? What's up, Kate? Why is our chat box not working? Let's see if that fixes it. That might fix it. How did your birthday go yesterday, Kate? Did you have a good one? Did you have a good birthday? So let's see. Wait, why? What? What is going on with that? Why is it so low? Hold on. Hold on. Strange. Oh, wait, it's showing up in black because okay, yeah, see we can't. Gotcha. We got to switch it back. We switched it to black text for our Hangout screen yesterday, and we're gonna have to switch that back to white. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Sanchez, what's up, dude? Welcome. Oh my God, thanks for that, Olivia. Been waiting 10 minutes to get first, and my anxiety is high. It's your fault. What's up, MX? What's up, Miller? Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. What's up, Wonder Bro? What's up, big man? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. We're going to be talking about physical symptoms today, guys. Physical symptoms, dealing with physical symptoms. More specifically, we're going to be talking about daring. Ooh, ooh, daring the physical symptoms of anxiety. I did. Thank you. Went and rode my horses with my friend. That's awesome, Kate. I'm glad you had a good birthday. How you been, Wonder Bro? I've been good, PJ. How you been? Welcome. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about daring the physical symptoms of anxiety. Now, every stream, right? Every stream we touch on physical symptoms in some way, shape, or form. Every stream we touch on physical and mental symptoms. But today I really just want to focus on the physical symptoms. I want to focus on what you should be doing with those physical symptoms. And today we're going to be kind of taking more of the, I guess you could say, aggressive approach when we talk about daring the physical symptoms, and you'll understand exactly what I mean by that in just a second. We'll dive right into it. How late am I? You're not very late. We've only been going for about 3 minutes. We haven't even started yet, so right on time. Right on time. Also, I don't know why the stream has a blue tint to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Not sure what's going on with the blue tint today. Can't seem to figure that one out. But whatever, we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. I've got to invest in a new webcam at some point. Like that's important. What's up, gaming dudes? Welcome. How are you, Wonder Bro? I'm doing good, Olivia. How are you doing? So daring the physical symptoms, guys. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's see here. Chat is pretty much already full. We can go ahead and get started, actually. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Let's see, let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. I didn't realize how full chat was till I just checked. Let's go ahead. No need to wait around any longer. So, daring, jump right into it. Daring the physical symptoms of anxiety and panic, right? Daring the physical symptoms of anxiety and panic. All right. So, like I said, we talk a lot about physical symptoms. We talk a lot about, mental symptoms. We talk a lot about anxiety and panic, obviously, in general. But today we're going to focus on those physical symptoms. Now, the first thing that most people want to do, right? And I've started the stream this way a few times in the past, but the first thing that people want to do when they have these very intense physical symptoms is they want to do what, chat? It's almost like a pop quiz today. What do people want to do when they experience these very intense, strong symptoms of anxiety and panic? The first thing they want to do is jump up into their thinking mind, which is understandable, right? It's like, I get it. I get it. When you experience these symptoms of anxiety, panic, we're going to drop a few frames just for a second, but it should pick right back up. There we go. The first thing people want to do when they experience these intense physical symptoms is jump up into their thinking mind, jump up in to their head and start telling themselves horror stories, start trying to run, right? Start trying to run from these physical symptoms, start telling themselves like I've got to do something about these physical symptoms. They start telling themselves stuff like I have to get away from these physical symptoms. If I don't get away from these symptoms, something bad will happen, right? So a lot of horror stories, a lot of mental I need to get away from this, a lot of mental I need to run away from this, a lot of mental this is not good. Right? Putting it simply, a lot of mental this is not good, right? Which leads to a whole mess of things, a whole mess of things, and a whole mess of nasty second fear. So, the first thing people want to do when they experience the very intense symptoms of anxiety and panic, and I know they vary. Sometimes they're not as intense as other times. Sometimes they're through the roof. Sometimes they're kind of mild. But the first thing that people normally want to do before they know about acceptance is jump up into their minds with all of these horror stories. I need to get away, run away, fight this. This is bad. Got to do something about this. Don't want to feel this. Right? So that's the first thing people want to do. Now, we know that worry activates the stress response. So we know the more you add worry to these physical symptoms, the more you're going to fry the nerves. The more you're going to tell the brain there's a danger when there's not a danger. The more you keep yourself in the anxiety cycle, simply put, right? So, what if we take the opposite approach? And like I said, this is more of an aggressive standpoint towards acceptance. You can go a more neutral route if you'd like, but we're going to go the aggressive route today. It's all the same. As long as you're cutting out worry, you're doing good. As long as you're cutting out worry and just living your life with these thoughts and feelings and not fighting with them, you're doing good. But let's go the more aggressive route today, daring the physical symptoms. So if we know that our objective, and you guys know what your objective is, right? Your objective is to cut back on the second fear, aka the worry. So if we know that our objective is to cut back on the worry, what is the opposite? How far opposite of worry can you go? What is the extreme opposite of worry? If we know that our goal is to drop the worry, what is the extreme opposite of worry? The extreme opposite of worry is daring it, right? The extreme opposite of worry, the polar opposite of worry is to dare it, right? So let's say you're dealing with some strong anxiety symptoms, physical symptoms, right? You've got a tired nervous system, you're facing your fears, whatever the case may be, you're dealing with strong anxiety and panic symptoms, right? The polar opposite of worry is daring it. So let's say you're dealing with that old anxious symptom of adrenaline. All that adrenaline, that doom, that feeling that something bad is about to happen. You're filled with all this energy, all this adrenaline. You could almost shake right out of your seat. You feel like you just need to get up and run somewhere, do something. All of that excess energy and adrenaline, let's say it starts to fill your body. You can feel it coming on. You've got that feeling in the stomach. Everything starts to pick up, right? What's the polar opposite of worry in this situation? We ground ourselves for just a second. We remember what our objective is. Okay, it only takes a second to remember what your objective is, the opposite of worry. And then you tell yourself, okay, we're going to dare this. We're going to dare these physical symptoms to do whatever it is they would like to do. So you tell yourself, okay, instead of getting up and pacing around the house, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell myself, I'm going to tell these feelings to give me their best shot. The polar opposite of worry is to sit there and say, you know what, make this even worse. Do your worst. Give me your best shot, right? And now you're going to sit with this. These feelings are going to grow. They're going to grow. They're going to grow, right? Eventually they're going to peak. Eventually they're going to fall down. But during this process, they always peak. They always fall. We're kind of referring to panic here, right? But during all of this, you need to keep the mindset of, okay, my one objective is to do the opposite of worry because I know worry activates the stress response. I need to teach my brain this situation, this thought, this feeling, whatever, is not a danger. So I'm going to do the exact opposite of worry. Now this applies to the thoughts too. We've talked about this yesterday. You just say, okay, good. If it happens, it happens. It is what it is, right? But today we don't want to get off track. We're talking about physical symptoms. So you're sitting there, you're filled with all this excess adrenaline, all this energy, this doom, this gloom, that feeling that something's bad's going to happen. You're remembering your one job is to do the opposite of worry, so you're going to dare it to do whatever it would like to do. What is worry? Worry is, oh my God, make this go away. What's the exact opposite of worry? Oh my God, bring it on. Right? Now you might not believe yourself when you first start that approach, right? You might not believe yourself. You might be sitting there shitting a brick, right? You might be sitting there shitting a brick. That's okay. We're still practicing doing the opposite of worry. That's okay if you're not the most confident person in the world. That's okay if you don't have the most faith in it. Whatever. Whatever. That's okay. That's all irrelevant. We're still practicing doing what we know needs to be done. So as these physical symptoms come, what's the opposite of, oh my God, I don't want to feel this? The opposite of that worry is, oh my God, bring it on. Oh my God, do your worst. Oh my God, I'm here for it. Right? So let's say you start to feel a certain way, right? Let's say you start to feel a certain way and the heart starts to pound. You say, okay, pound a little bit harder, right? Because that's the exact opposite of worry. You can't get any further away from worry than that, right? You can't get any further away from worry than saying, oh my God, make it worse. You can't get any further away from worry than to say, oh my God, make it worse, right? Now, like I said, you might not believe that at first. You might be shitting a brick. You might not have the most confidence in the world, right? But you can't sit there and forget about your objective. So another thing that I want to point out, when you're daring the physical symptoms, when the physical symptoms are there and you're saying, okay, just do your worst, right? You can't sit there and say that. You can't sit there and say, okay, do your worst, and 2 seconds later you go back to, oh my God, why isn't it going away yet? Oh my God, I said do your worst, but it didn't go away, but it didn't go away. Oh my God, okay, do your worst, do your worst. Oh no, it's still not going away. It's still not going to, not going to work. Waste of time. Not going to work. Waste of time. You can't sit there and dare these physical symptoms. You can't sit there and accept these physical symptoms and accept these thoughts and say to these thoughts, okay, I don't care if it happens, and say to these physical symptoms, okay, do your worst. You can't sit there and say that and 2 seconds later go right back to, oh my God, it's not going away. Oh my God, it's not going away. Oh my God, it's not going away. Waste of time. Waste of time. You might as well have went straight to the worry and saved your breath, right? So the point is, don't pull a me. Don't pull a me, because you know what I used to do? I used to have these thoughts, and I would say to these thoughts every now and then, oh, I don't care, let it happen. 2 seconds later, oh God, it won't happen because of this, blah, 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 blah. I used to say to these physical symptoms, do your worst. 2 seconds later, oh God, it's not going away yet, it's not going away yet. I'm accepting, but it's not going away yet. Don't pull a me. Don't pull a me, because you're wasting your time. So if you're going to dedicate to the accepting attitude, you can't say, okay, bring it on to these physical symptoms, and then 2 seconds later start wondering why they haven't left yet. Because then you're doing the work, sure, but then you're going right back to the worry. You're wasting your breath. You're mumbling a few things to yourself. Okay, accept this, do your worst, to the thought, I don't care if that happens, I don't care if that bad thing happens, and then 2 seconds later, you're going right back to the worry. It doesn't work. You're wasting your time. You might as well have just went straight to the worry at that point. So my point is, if you're going to dedicate to acceptance, consistency. Consistency pays off. Consistency is important. We can't have you accepting these thoughts and feelings, bring it on, or I don't care if that happens, or that is the right attitude, but we can't have you doing that, turn around 2, 3 seconds later and start adding worry again. Because if that's what we're doing, we're absolutely wasting our time, right? You're using the advice for a second, you're going right back to the worry. What's the point? What's the point? So you got to catch yourself going back to that old worry, because you probably will a time or two, right? You got to catch yourself going back to that old worried mindset, and probably more than a time or two, probably quite a bit. You got to catch that, and you got to turn that back into acceptance, right? So for example, we're trying to focus on physical symptoms today. Let's say I'm out and about and I'm doing my thing, and I've got this strong physical symptom, and I say to myself, you know what? Give it your best shot. I don't care. Kill me. Whatever you want to do. Kill me. I don't care. And then I go back to doing my thing. 2 seconds later, I notice that I'm worrying about it again. I'm like, oh God, it's still here. No, I gotta catch that. Oh shit, there I go again. You know what? Yeah, we're turning this into acceptance. Kill me. Right? 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 So you got to catch that. You got to be responsible enough to catch when you go back into those old habits of resistance and second fear, and you got to turn that shit right back into the accepting mindset. And you might have to do that quite a bit. Right? Now, that's one thing that you got to be very, very careful about, because I did the same thing. I made the same mistake for so long myself, right? I would tell myself when that thought came, oh, I don't care, let it happen. 2 seconds later, I'm fighting with the thought again, trying to argue with it. I would tell myself to those physical symptoms, you know what, I got this, bring it on, give me your best shot, I don't care. Make my heart explode, make me go crazy, whatever. 2 seconds later, I'm right back to, oh God, why is it not going away? Oh God, escape plan, right? Don't make that mistake. Don't pull a me. You've got to be consistent, right? Eventually I did get consistent and eventually I got it, right? But I'm just warning you so you don't have to waste too much time making the same mistake I did. You got to catch when you go back to these old worry habits. You got to turn that shit right back into acceptance, even if you don't believe it, even if you don't have the most confidence, even if you don't have the most faith. None of that matters. It's all irrelevant. You're never going to be ready for this. You might as well get started now. You're never going to be ready. The day that you're waiting to be ready to apply this is never coming. You're never going to be ready to apply it. You just got to get going. You just got to get started now, right? You keep waiting for the day that you're going to be ready to do this, you're going to be waiting for a very long time, right? So, daring the physical symptoms, dare them to do their worst. Instead of going to the horror stories, the mental planning, escape plans, blah, 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 dare them to do their worst and continue to dare them to do their worst. Do not turn around 2 seconds later and ask, oh God, but they're still here, because then you're just going right back to the worry. Pointless, right? Right? Now, the same, again, I know we're talking about physical symptoms, but the same thing, okay, applies to these negative intrusive thoughts. We do the opposite of worry, which is one of our two main keys. Stop fighting with the thoughts and feelings, and then we live our lives. These two things together retrain the brain. These two things together show the brain that all is well. These two things together make these thoughts and feelings lose their importance. These two things together show the mind that there is no real danger. These two things together literally rewrite your brain, right? But we've got to be consistent. So, daring the physical symptoms, daring the negative intrusive thoughts, right? Not obsessing, not obsessing, but simply intervening long enough to say, I don't care, bring it on. I don't care, give me your worst. I don't care if that happens, right? And then you go back to living. You're not staying up there and obsessing, right? You're just intervening for a second to remind yourself of the accepting truth, and you're going right back to living. The thoughts may still be there, the feelings may still be there. That's okay. If you're going to intervene, the only intervention should be the opposite of worry, which is daring it, right? And then going right back to living. So, physical symptoms, negative intrusive thoughts. This applies to both, right? And I just wanted to make that very, very clear. Because we do talk a lot about the thought side of things, and some people might think, well, does this apply to my physical symptoms as well? This absolutely applies to your physical symptoms as well. We know that worry activates the stress response, therefore, it'll always be your job to do the opposite of worry. What's the extreme polar opposite of worry? Just saying, fuck it, bring it on, do your worst, right? So that is daring the physical symptoms while you get on with your life. Whew, that was a mouthful. That was a mouthful, but that is the point of today's stream, guys. I hope you take it and I hope you run with it. Again, please do not forget that you can't do this and then 2 seconds later get back to the worry habit, because it's not going to work, right? You got to try to build that consistency. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but I am saying we got to try to build that consistency. Like the Cat Brother Run DMC, you like the Adidas gear, dude? Yeah, I've even got the pants on too. I've even got the pants on. What's up, Sanchez? How you doing? You can use your DSLR as a webcam. Somebody told me that. I need to research into that because I do have one, so I need to research into that. Yeah, you guys all got the answer right. Google, run and hide, worry. Yep. You got it. Let's see. What's up, Goo? What's up, Greg? Salutations. What's up, Jimmy? Wise words, dude. I appreciate it, man. It takes practice. It does take practice. Absolutely. Like I said, nobody is perfect. Um, let's see. You guys all deserve a pat on the back, right? For at least getting started. But now we got to get you consistent. Let's see what else we got. What's up, Kay? I'm so bad for that. I'm assuming you're talking about using acceptance, then going right back to the worry. Yeah, it happens, and that's why I wanted to let you guys know to be on the lookout for that. Very true, Wonder Bro. Good examples. Glad you enjoyed it, Sanchez. Noted. Yes, note that. Write that down, Jimmy. Write that down. Absolutely, you can ask a question. That Adidas fit is fresh. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. What about depression? So we don't talk a whole lot about depression on the channel. It's obviously mostly anxiety themed. But as far as depression goes, I want you to understand one thing. If you're dealing with a tired nervous system, when we work on acceptance with these tired nerves, the depression naturally will fade as a result. Because acceptance, I believe, can apply to both. Because resistance will always be futile. Horror stories will always be futile. And there's also something that you got to take into account here. You're probably feeling maybe not so much depressed, but just very, very frustrated, very, very aggravated, very, very down and out about all of this that you're going through. So as you heal your nerves, your mood should start to naturally lift. That's my opinion on that. Is it true that people getting out of depression or anxiety go through depression? Not always. Everyone is different, so nothing is certain, right? Everyone is different and nothing is certain. I've heard both ways many, many times. So, not always. Not always true. What can I do if I am meeting with a girl and kind of obsessing about her past? So, are you talking about maybe you're romantically involved with a girl and you're obsessing a lot about her past? You're feeling angry about her past or frustrated about her past? What are you getting at? All right, guys. I just want to make sure I can answer your question to the best of my ability. So a little bit more detail, and I might be able to help you out there. Switch on over to the post stream. Go ahead and pull these comments up. The bot, for some reason, held your comment. Dwayne says, "What's up, bro? I'm about to watch this from the beginning. Just saying, what's up? I'm doing well. Getting used to just saying, fuck it. I definitely feel the change. Keep it up, dude. Keep it up. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. Hey, these afternoon streams have been pretty good. Not gonna lie. I think we found our time. I think we found our time. All right. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Make sure the bot didn't hold any more comments from me. If your comment ever doesn't go through, just try again because sometimes that bot does hold comments and that's out of my control. Like there's nothing I can do about it. I wish it wasn't that way, but it is for some reason. Also, guys, if you don't mind, hit that like button. Let's continue growing. My advice to you, therapy, would be the same advice that I give to people about any sort of negative intrusive thought. So your mind's going to tell you, well, this just isn't a thought. This is something she actually did, right? But that's still coming in the form of a thought, regardless. The past is the past, and it only comes in the form of a thought. So you can treat it the same way as any negative intrusive thought. You see what we're getting at? So your mind says, oh, well, you can't like this girl because she did this in her past. And if you want to like this girl, you can simply respond to that thought with saying, I don't care what she did in her past, right? Good. Instead of trying to argue with it, which is just going to fuel it, which is just going to give it importance that it doesn't deserve, right? Right? So these things come in the form of thoughts, and then we feed what we don't want to grow. So the more you argue with that thought, the more it's going to grow. So if you want to teach yourself that that thought is not important, which I think somewhere deep down in there you realize it's not, then we need to treat it as not important. And we need to say to it when it comes, good, I don't care. Say what you want, right? Lisa coming in with a $13 tip. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate you. I will add that to the tip goal as soon as I get back to my PC. Don't let me forget, guys. However, money is getting tight and I need to live. I understand that overcoming anxiety can be a gradual process, of which I think I need to. Should I go for the job or wait for the confidence and the anxiety area? See, this is a tricky one, and I'll tell you why it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one because I've never been one to push people or tell people whether they should or should not do something. And the reason I've always been that way is because I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are mentally. I don't know where you are personally. I know what you need to do, and I think you know what you need to do too, right? But I'm not going to push. I'm not going to push. I'm going to tell you what you do to overcome anxiety. I'm going to tell you what you do about these thoughts, about these feelings. Whether or not you do it needs to be for yourself, right? It needs to be for yourself. And I know that's kind of a bummy answer. Nobody really wants to hear that. But when it comes to Wonder Bro, should I do this? Wonder Bro, should I do that? Look, you've got the advice. Now, whether or not you use it to do the things that you want to do or know that you should do needs to be a personal decision that you make for yourself. That way that you go into it with the right mindset, right? With the right attitude. So I'll leave it up to you, which I know kind of a shitty answer, but you got to understand you're going to make these big decisions. They need to be made for you. It doesn't need to be because some guy on the stream said, yeah, you should do that. It needs to be because you know what you want. It needs to be because you know you want your life back. It needs to be because you know you deserve better, right? But I will say this, you've got the advice. You've got what you need. You can do anything you want with it, right? I will say that. Well, okay, let me explain this, Arnold. So yesterday's stream, you always said in the past that accepting isn't meaning agreeing with it. Yes. So basically, what we mean by that is if you get a negative intrusive thought that you want to, let's say, see some people get harm OCD thoughts, right? So let's say you get a negative intrusive thought that says, I want to kill my mother. Okay, and you just say, yeah, whatever. That doesn't mean. So yesterday we just said agree with the thought in a way that we just accept it as irrelevant. When we say just agree with the thought, we're removing the fuel from it. You get what we're saying? That doesn't necessarily mean yes, you want to kill your mother, right? That doesn't mean you believe that you're going to kill your mother. So when you just agree with the negative intrusive OCD thoughts, agree might not be the best term for it because obviously you overthought that, right? Um, but if you get it, the intrusive negative thought, oh, you want to kill your mother, and you just say, yeah, yeah, whatever, right? That doesn't mean that you believe that you're going to kill your mother. It means that you're just agreeing with the nonsense because it's nonsense, and you're not going to fuel that fire, and you're not going to feed what you don't want to grow, right? We do the opposite of worry because worry activates the stress response. So you get what we're saying there? Does that kind of clear it up for you a little bit? Does that clear it up for you a little bit? There we go. We'll use two terms there to make it a little bit more clear for you. Believe and agree. When you just agree with this OCD, intrusive, anxious, negative thoughts, that doesn't necessarily mean you believe them, right? There we go. We'll use two terms there to try to make it clear for you. No, I don't think you're being an asshole. I think you just needed something cleared up, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I think most people are able to see what we mean there. Some people might overthink that, and that's fine. We'll clear it up for the people that do overthink that little detail there. What's up, Ghost? How you doing, dude? Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that when you quote unquote agree with the thought, that doesn't mean you agree with the that you're gonna do that thing or that thing's gonna happen, right? So two different things there. When you just agree with the thought and you say, okay, whatever, okay, hope it does happen, whatever, you're just being nonchalant, right? You're being a little bit of a sarcastic asshole towards these thoughts. That doesn't mean that deep down in your heart you want to kill your mother. Right? So big difference there. And that's always been true. So these negative intrusive thoughts, when you agree with them or you just say to them, okay, whatever, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say, that doesn't mean that deep down in your heart that you want to throw your baby out a window, right? So you see what we're getting at there. You're just agreeing because you're no longer going to fuel the fire. And that's what we said. I don't know if you watched the whole stream yesterday, but we did clarify that yesterday. We talked about how you're simply agreeing because you're not going to get into the boxing contest anymore, right? You're not agreeing because you actually believe these things. We did clarify that quite a bit yesterday, so maybe you didn't watch the entire stream. But you kind of see what we're getting at. You're agreeing because you're stepping out of the boxing match, which you're never going to win. Um, let's see. I know I almost forgot to add this. Um, oh shit, who was that from? From Lisa, right? Lisa, I think. Okay, yeah, Lisa, 13. There we go. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate you. Um, I have to agree to disagree with you, okay? Hear me out. Hear me out. I have to agree to disagree with you when you say that the old streams are more simple and easier to progress, that the new ones feel a little complex, complicated. I have to agree to disagree with you, and the reason I have to do that is I feel like you are scared of the aggressive approach. I feel like you're scared of true acceptance. So when I tell you to just agree with these thoughts, fuck it, whatever, that scares the piss out of you because you're not ready to confront anxiety yet, right? And you say that you can understand the old videos more. The old videos were less in your face. The old videos were more catering. The old videos, they held your hand a little bit more. So these new videos are telling you, look, you're going to have to face these thoughts and feelings. You're just going to have to simply agree with them, stop fighting with them. You don't like that because that scares the shit out of you. Therefore, you prefer the old videos where your hand is held a little bit more. I understand that. But we got to get you to a point because obviously those old videos didn't get you where you wanted to be, or you wouldn't still be here. So something's not working. We've got some miscommunication somewhere, right? So I have to agree to disagree with you. I think you're scared of this new approach. And it's not really a new approach. It's just a new way of putting the same advice, right? And I don't think you like it because it's telling you basically, look, no more hand holding. You have to face these thoughts and feelings. Simply agree with them. Stop fighting with them, right? Doesn't mean you believe them, right? Just means you have to agree with them to put the fire out, and you don't like that. You don't like being told that. You would rather be told, kind of like the old videos where it's a little bit more handheld, we're not as aggressive, but something's not working or you wouldn't still be here, right? So I understand where you're coming from when you say I like the older videos, but I think you like them for all the wrong reasons. I think you like them for all the wrong reasons. We have got to get you to a point, right? We have got to get you to a point, whether you like to hear it or not, whether it makes you comfortable to hear it or not. We have got to get you to a point where you no longer try to avoid these thoughts and feelings. We've got to get you to a point where you face these thoughts and feelings with an attitude of, okay, give me your worst, right? We have got to get you to that point. Whether you like to hear that or not, we have got to get you to that point. And it's understandable, right? It's understandable that maybe you prefer the more neutral, laid back type of thing, right? It's understandable that maybe you prefer the older videos where we don't get as aggressive. It's understandable that maybe you prefer the older videos where we're a little bit more laid back. I get that. But apparently something's not working because those videos are 2 years old and you're still here, right? So maybe it's time that we say, okay, it makes us uncomfortable. It doesn't, feel good to hear it put this way. It doesn't feel good to have someone tell me that I'm going to have to face these thoughts and feelings with an attitude of fuck it, if it happens, it happens, right? That doesn't feel good. But apparently something's not working for me and I'm just going to have to do this, right? So you kind of get what we're getting at. You kind of get what we're getting at there. I understand your side of it too, but something's not working or you wouldn't still be here. So we're going to have to mix it up a little bit. We're going to have to put it in new ways. We're going to have to word it in new ways. Based on the little research I looked into, negative intrusive thoughts or OCD thoughts, which are kind of the same, are fueled by fear and actually doing a negative behavior, which are counterintuitive, intuitive, because most people won't act on these thoughts exactly. Yeah, I mean that's another good reason for the streams. I like that people are able to ask questions in real time. That's always fun. Um, Negative intrusive thought. I'm just rereading your comment, make sure I got it. Negative intrusive thoughts or OCD thoughts, which are kind of the same, are fueled by fear of actually doing a negative behavior. Yeah, exactly. Because most. Yeah, exactly. So you get up in your head and you start arguing with the negative intrusive thoughts because you don't want the thing to happen, which just fuels the fire, right? Which just fuels the fire. Uh, I'm burpy today. I'm burpy today. We got to get some music going, chat. We've got to get some music going. Why are we sitting here in the silence? What do you guys want to listen to today? We did lo-fi yesterday, so today let's do uh no copyright gaming stream maybe. Okay. Let's try this one. I don't think we've ever tried this one before. No, we've had this one. Yeah, I've heard all these songs. There's no new way of doing it, Arnold. See, this is proof that you're still too obsessive. There's no new way of doing it because every single stream I always say your main goal is what? Opposite of worry, chat. Opposite of worry. There's no new way of doing it. You figure out however you want to do it, right? But there's no new way of doing it. The two keys, right? The opposite of worry, it's all the same. You've got to drop the worry. There's no wrong way of doing it. As long as you're doing the opposite of worry, there is no wrong way of doing it. And we've said that so many times, right, in the past, that as long as you're doing the opposite of worry, living your life, the opposite of worry, right? These thoughts and feelings are there, okay, whatever. Accept them, right? As long as you're doing the opposite of worry, there is no wrong way of doing it. You're on the right track. Now, the fact that you take that and overcomplicate it, that's your fault. That's your fault. Right? I'll take responsibility for things that I have to take responsibility for, but I will not take responsibility for the fact that you obsess the shit out of everything. That is the habit that has to be broken, right? And we've said that so many times in the past, it's ridiculous. So I will take responsibility when I need to, but I will not take responsibility for the fact that you are not working on your habit of obsession. That's on you. Right? I've told you I don't know how many times in the past that we have to get you to a point where when you have these thoughts and feelings, you do not go down that rabbit hole and you say, fuck it. It can't be any clearer than that, right? So you've got to get to a point. You've got to get to a point where you don't say, okay, well, I'm not doing well because Wonder Bro has thrown too many approaches at me. No, if you would listen, right, you would understand that as long as you do the opposite of worry, you're good. Right? These thoughts and feelings are there, and you have to say whatever to them. You have to say fuck it. You have to stop fighting with them. So, for example, when you get the thought that says, am I doing it right? You didn't say fuck it to that thought like I've told you to do 3 million fucking times, right? You didn't say fuck it to that thought. You went down the rabbit hole, and now you're saying, oh, it's because the old videos were better than the new ones, right? Well, start using the advice. We wouldn't be having this conversation if you would have said to that thought, well, fuck it, whatever, right? But you went down the rabbit hole, and now here we are. And this is a perfect example, right? Perfect example of what it means to still be too obsessive. This is a perfect example of what it means to go down the rabbit hole. This is a perfect example of what it means to not greet these thoughts, these obsessive thoughts and feelings with fuck it instead of going down the rabbit hole. If you're going down the rabbit hole and doing the worry over recovery itself, you're still doing the worry, right? And I want to point this out to you. Because if I don't point this out to you, it's always going to be, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong. If I don't point this out to you, it's always going to be, well, maybe he said that wrong. If I don't point this out to you, it's always going to be an endless stream of questions, and you'll never find an answer, right? We've got to get simple. We've got to get basic, right? We've got to get simple and we've got to get basic. So when you get the thought that says, am I doing this thing right? And you go down the rabbit hole, right? Oh, well, the old videos, the new video, you know, blah, 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 blah. You shouldn't have never went down that rabbit hole to begin with if you were using the advice. Because the advice says when you get a negative thought, an intrusive thought about, oh God, you know, am I recovering on doing this right, whatever, you simply say, well, fuck it, whatever, it is what it is, right? If you would have done that, we wouldn't be here. So you see what we're getting at, right? You see what we're getting at, and I want to point this out to you because I can see that you're so deep in this rabbit hole that you don't know which way to turn. We want to pull you out of that. We want to point you out of that, which is what the goal has always been, right? So you got to understand, we do not want you, right? And here, we'll try to make this as simple as possible. We want you to encounter every little negative obsessive thought, every little symptom, right? We want you to encounter each and every one of them with an attitude of opposite of worry. So if you get a thought that says, well, maybe I'm not doing the advice right, right? On the surface, that seems like a genuine question, but you know if you go down that rabbit hole, where are you going to end up? You're going to end up in so much worry that you're going to be stressed as fuck, which is the opposite of our goal here. So when you get the thought that says, well, maybe I'm not using the advice right? Maybe the old videos, maybe the new videos, blah, blah, blah. You have to respond to that with, nope, whatever, fuck it, if I'm not, I'm not. Right? And then get on with your life. And then we can avoid that rabbit hole. And we can save your nerves a lot of stress. Right? We can save those nerves a lot of stress. The advice will never change. What is the advice? The advice will never change. The advice will always be no second fear. What is second fear? Worry. Worry, 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 worry. The advice will never change. Right? As long as you're doing as little worry as possible when these thoughts and feelings come and you're just living your life, that's the two keys, right? Always been there. As long as you're adding as little worry as possible and you're just having that attitude of fuck it, right? Or whatever attitude you want to have. See, that's where you can adopt a different approach. You want to be more neutral, more aggressive, up to you. But the end of the day is, as long as you are not adding that worry to these thoughts and feelings and you are living your life, then you're good. You got it. You're breaking out of the cycle. You're retraining your brain. That has always been the advice, right? Sometimes we word that different ways. Sometimes we're more aggressive with that. Sometimes we're more neutral with that. But that'll always be the advice. Always, 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 right? And I'm not trying to tell you, okay? I'm not trying to tell you that you're wrong for feeling the way that you feel. But what I am trying to tell you is you're obviously still too deep in the rabbit hole. You're obviously overcomplicating this, right? You're obviously obsessing about this. You're obviously not using the advice, right? Less worry over these thoughts and feelings. If you get that thought that says, am I doing this right? You add the worry by saying blah, 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 this, blah, blah, blah. No, let's just say, who cares, right? Live your life. So, I know that was a mouthful. But, I've already thought about that in the past. That's something that's already crossed my mind, right? Do people overcomplicate this? Of course they do. Of course they do. And I'm glad I had the opportunity to explain that, we've had the same objective from day one. We've had the same objective from day one, right? And if you get lost on that, and you start overcomplicating that, right, it's a telltale sign that you're not accepting these thoughts, that you are going down the rabbit hole. And we need to point that out. We need to point that out so that we can make the appropriate changes, right? That was a mouthful. What's up, Mint? What's up, Mint? How you doing? Woo, that was a lot. That was a lot. We got a fucking ad. I missed it. Alright, there we go. Trust me, Arnold. I used to be the person who overcomplicated the shit out of acceptance. I did. That used to be me. So it kind of like, it sparked something in me when I've got somebody who's obsessing over acceptance and what to do and how to do it. Because I used to be the same person that would do that. That would just absolutely overcomplicate the shit out of all of this. That used to be me. All right, hold on, chat. Let's see here. I know I missed a lot of comments. A lot of comments. Oh shit, what was that? Mom of 8 with the $20 tip says it's amazing how quickly I can find myself in the rabbit hole. I don't even know how I got there. Yes, and I know how quickly people can find themselves in the rabbit hole because I've been there, and that's why I get so worked up about it. Because it's very easy to do that. It's very, very easy to do that. And I want to keep you out of that. And that means you can't say, oh, you know, if you're watching the videos and obsessing about the videos and you're still going down all the rabbit holes, but you're not using the advice, I want to correct that. Mint, thank you so much. What does that put us at? I'm lost. 41, thank you guys so much. Huge shout out to Mom of 8 and Mint. Thank you guys. Let's see. Mint, $8 tip, Mom of 8, $20 tip. Thank you so much, Mom of 8. Who else was it? Oh, it was Lisa, $13 tip. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Let's see. I hope I didn't offend Arnold, because he hasn't been back since my rant. Hope I didn't offend you, Arnold. Not my goal, but not my goal. However, I just know that you're very obsessive about the advice, and that used to be me. So I kind of wanted to point you in the right direction there, that you are still obsessing about the advice and overthinking it way too much, right? Right? And I understand how that feels, and I know for a fact that, you know, we've said many, many times here, as long as you're dropping the worry towards these thoughts and feelings and living your life, then you got it. So the fact that, you know, you're still overcomplicating it tells me that you're still very obsessive. You're still following every single thought, right? And I want to correct that. I want to correct that. So you might be upset with me now. I don't know. You might be. But hopefully, even if you are upset with me, you now realize what I'm getting at when I say you're overthinking this thing, dude. You're way too obsessive about this thing, right? Don't compare the old videos, new videos. The advice has never changed. As long as you're not adding the worry, you know, we've said that many, many times. As long as you're not adding the worry to these thoughts and feelings and you're living life, then you're good. And if you take it any further than that, you're probably still a little bit too obsessive about the words coming out of my mouth, right? So hopefully you're not upset with me. I promise I wasn't yelling at you. I just get very passionate about this thing because I want you to stop overthinking this. I want you to stop overthinking this. Greet these thoughts and feelings with an attitude of fuck it. Don't go down the rabbit hole. Live your life. You got it. No, I'm mad. It's okay, Arnold. I understand. you know it's all out of love, dude. It's all out of love. It is. It's all out of love. I want you to get it. It's all out of love, my guy. Yeah, hey, let's take a minute, chat. It's been a minute since we've actually spammed the chat with emotes for all of our tippers. Like, I haven't seen that happen in a while. Let's get everybody in the chat to spam the chat with any emote that you want, right? Just get in there and let's show our tippers some love, because we're on a 48-day streak, chat. We're on a 48-day streak. We need to take a second to just give a huge round of applause to all of our tippers that got us to a 48-day streak. Getting ready to go on to a 49-day streak, right? We're at 41 and 50 today, so let's take a second and dedicate it to all of our tippers who got us here, because that's absolutely amazing. Hey, what's up, old mate? Welcome, dude. I know I missed a lot of comments, so if you want to re-comment, feel free to. I agree with you, Kate. Mix it up if you want to. Hope you're having a good day, Mint. Exactly, Style Alert. It does take practice. Let's see. I love it. I love seeing all the love in the chat. Keep it coming. Hey, regardless, Arnold, all of that needed to be said because you wouldn't believe how many people overcomplicate acceptance. It happens. I did it way more than I should have. So regardless of whether I misread your comment or you didn't fully mean it or whatever, right? All that needed to be said. Oh no, I knew he was joking about the mad thing. I know Arnold pretty well. I knew he was joking about the mad thing. Yes. All the love for the tippers, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. Somebody mentioned the music that plays in the background. So like sometimes I get on one of my rants, one of my classic rants, and there'll be like some dumb shit playing in the background, like as I'm too in the moment to stop it. It doesn't go well together. It doesn't go well together. I way overcomplicated it at first, and I did too. I think everybody does. So, I'm glad Arnold made the comment about how, oh, the older videos are more simple than the new videos or whatever. Because that's just telling me that he's overcomplicating the crap out of it. And guess what? A lot of people overcomplicate the crap out of it. Sure, we word things in different ways all the time, right? Because there's a million different ways that you can word things. And I think that's helpful to speak to different people, right? But the fact that he's telling me, hey, blah, 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 this, or, this is this, and this is that, you're thinking too much into it. And I'm glad he made that comment so that I could address that, because a lot of people think too much into it, right? And we've got an ad playing about the National Rifle Association, and I can't get to it to stop it, so go me. I guess we're listening to the ads together. Why so many ads today? Anyway, so yeah, I'm glad he made that comment because a lot of people do that. A lot of people overcomplicate it. A lot of people look too into it, right? And think about it, that's been your problem all along. If you wouldn't have looked into these thoughts too much, if you wouldn't have looked into these feelings too much, you wouldn't be where you are. So of course people are going to look into the advice too much because that's the habit that got them here to begin with, right? I understand that. I get that. Like I said, I did it myself. Hey, you guys. Sorry. You guys would be proud of me. I have done my exercise for the last what 2 3 days now. I'm staying on track. I'm doing my daily exercise. Be proud of me. Be proud of me. $9 away from tip goal. Yes, we are $9 away from tip goal. We're at a 48-day streak. I can't believe that we're about to break 50. That is absolutely is fucking insane. I appreciate the shit out of that, guys. I appreciate the shit out of that. Also, I've been taking on and doing more coaching here recently. So if that's something that you're interested, reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm actually going to try to knock some of those out today. So there's a possibility, I can't make any promises, but there's a possibility that if you're interested in coaching, I could give you a call today, actually. We can get up with each other on the Discord, whatever. Just toss me a DM on one of the social medias, and we'll see if we can do that. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'm going to try to knock some of those out today. So there's a chance if you're interested in coaching, I might be able to call you up today. I'm a little late. I'm at work. What's up, Cade? I've missed a lot of comments. I will not accept and let go. It's just me, or the live is really more quiet than the other ones. Is this live more quiet? Because if it is, I can turn up the mic. Now that you do not have to accept and let go. That you do not have to accept and let go. If you can't hear me, let me know and I will fix that. Has anybody here ever had to remove a pin from a metal watch band? Is that easy? Is that easy to do? I think I need like a paper clip to do it. Doing the egg carton training again. How's that going? How are you, Wonder Bro? I'm doing good, old mate. What's up, dude? How are you doing? Depends on the watch design, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I was watching a tutorial on it. It doesn't look too difficult, but I've never done it, so. It's our song, chat. It just randomly came on.
Whatever you want, I'll be whatever you want. Just tell me you love me or not, whatever it costs. I know I'm talking a lot, there's something I gotta get off. Don't wanna be this no more, I don't wanna drink no more. Always
Funny how she's like, oh my god, there's a monster, then I throw a treat in the cart and has to go out of fight or flight to go eat it. I think we're getting somewhere. Has to face the fight or flight. Cruising up, running from coast to coast. I'm a stone cold killer. I'm a billionaire. I'd rather die. Die. Let's see.
My aunt think I'm perfect, I know I'm not. My mama be worried, I told her stop. They know I did drugs and think that I'm off. Little do they know I never could stop. My manager hate when I'm pulling up late. Back on my bullshit, she think it's a phase. I got relations I gotta maintain. I'm two different people, my side and my main. Yeah, I'm sober, I'm an addict, I'm a low life, I got habits.
You think I should, Arnold? You think I should? We'll clickbait it. We'll clickbait it. We'll clickbait it. Did it die? Did it die? Did it die? If you keep working at it, Mint, you will eventually have a cat that's not afraid of an egg carton. I've gone and spoken to my current boss about my anxiety situation. She's supportive. I'm just disliking the attached feelings I get during basic conversations with people. So it's good that she's supportive, right? But you're also working on what you know needs to be done. So keep working on it. Keep working on it. I'm sure that's a little bit of stress off your shoulders, the fact that she's supportive, but we also know what needs to be done, so now that that's out of the way, let's continue to be focused. The music is a little bit low today. Turn that up just a little bit. I know you're fairly new here, right, old mate? I was kind of the same way, Miller. I really didn't have anyone that related to me either. Regardless, though, you know what you've got to do, right? Granted, I didn't really tell many people, like in my life, about my anxiety while I was going through it, but I'm sure they wouldn't have been able to relate, which is mainly why I never told anyone to begin with. But I do understand how that feels. What's up, Tony? How you doing, dude? How's the job going? I have to go shower now. I guess I'll see you later if we manage to continue the streak. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Have a lovely shower, Mint. Enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know why I'm watching nest removing videos on YouTube and I don't like it. Hey, dude, I watch those two guys out in the jungle, like building swimming pools and shit. How many people have actually seen that? It's like they're out in the Amazon or something. They're like building fucking swimming pools and like houses with sticks. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. On break as we speak. I hope you're having a good day, dude. Yeah, see, I don't know, dude. I don't know why it sometimes freezes, and I know that YouTube notifications can be that way. I know that for a fact because I get late YouTube notifications for other channels that I watch. So I know the YouTube notification bell is kind of broken. As far as the freezing streams go, I don't really know why. I don't know why that happens. I wish I did. You could be right. I don't know. I did deal with my fair share of headaches, Tony. So I think it's fairly normal. At least I dealt with it. Um, of course, you know what to do. Keep doing what you're doing because you're making excellent progress. Me Wonder Bro, those dudes are talented, right? They just use sticks, dude. They just go out in the middle of the woods with some sticks and end up building a whole ass swimming pool and a bedroom and a temple out of some sticks and dirt. And I'm just like, how? And I watch every second of it and I love every second of it. So talented. Well, I do appreciate that, Shade. I don't know, dude. I mean, maybe you're onto something. I don't know why the streams like freeze sometimes. I don't know. I don't know. I've been thinking about it, and I'm honestly considering getting back into making more videos. I really am. Of course, we'll never drop the streams. Like I still need to do the daily streams. But I have thought about making the occasional video to throw in there. So we'll see. Hey, what's up, Pooty? How you doing, dude? Sam with the $5 tip, man. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you. Sam coming in with the $5 tip. What's that put us at, chat? 46. 46. We are so close to moving on. So close. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you, dude. It kind of is like real life Minecraft, Arnold. It's not a bad comparison, actually. That's not a bad comparison. And they play hardcore too. How you doing, Pooty? I need to fix the chat box because it's getting cut off a little bit. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Much better, much better. This condition has made me crazy. No, your reaction to the condition has made you quote unquote crazy. You're not actually crazy. But of course, you can feel like you're driving yourself crazy with all of the mental arguing that you do with the thoughts and feelings. That's why we need to do the opposite of worry, and we just need to embrace the thoughts and feelings and say, fuck it, if it happens, it happens, or whatever the case may be to these thoughts and feelings. Drop the mental boxing, right? Because the mental boxing is what's making you feel like you're going crazy. Of course it's making you feel like you're going crazy. All day long, 24 hours a day, you're having a mental boxing contest with Mike Tyson and you're getting your ass beat, right? So of course it makes you feel like you're going crazy. Right? Of course, of course, of course. Been there. I understand how that feels. So if we can get you to drop the boxing and accept the thoughts and feelings with an attitude of, okay, whatever you say, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Of course, that doesn't make you feel good at first, but once you get out of the ring, right, you start to realize that nothing was making you feel like you were going crazy except this constant boxing match that you were in with these thoughts and feelings, which is not a good place to be. So if we can get you working on that, and I believe in you, if we can get you working on that, right, you're going to start to step out of this whole, oh man, I feel like I'm going crazy, right? I wondered why you stopped doing the videos like you used to and just started doing streams. Several reasons, right? So live chat, I love being able to interact with you guys, right? That was one big reason. Second reason with the live streams, you know, we can get the support from the chat. We can do the tip goals and stuff like that. Something you can't do with the regular videos. And if it wasn't for the streams, you know, we wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for the streams, we wouldn't be here. You know, simply put, you know, this is what I do. This is what I do. So if I did only videos and we couldn't get the support from the you know, from the viewers and stuff, then I'd have to, you know, I'd have to move on and find something else to do. Because I gotta eat. Your boy gotta eat. So hey, what's up, Brock? Flexing with the Adidas set. You like it? You like it? Feeling amazing in practice with my intrusive thoughts, not causing as much of a reaction, gaining more confidence. Keep it up, Pooty. You're right on track, dude. You have been for a while. We just need to keep you there. You're doing great, man. Gotta go, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, old mate. I appreciate it. Have a good nap, dude. We got an ad. I still didn't catch it in time, but Chat, check it out. Check it out. Okay, we've also got the kicks, chat. We've also got the kicks. All right, we're all Adidas over here. We're all Adidas over here. Favorite brand. Favorite brand. In case you couldn't tell. Why have we had so many ads today? Ordered an Indian and anxiety days is drugged. I'm not even going to pretend to understand what you're saying. You're going to have to you're going to have to reword it for me. Arnold. Ordered an Indian. Ordered an Indian, and anxiety says it's drugged. Anxiety's telling me it's drugged. You're Indian that you Indian? What do you mean? You ordered an Indian? I'm still confused. I get what you're saying about anxiety's telling me it's drugged, whatever. You know, that's a common, like, intrusive thought to have, but you ordered an Indian? Oh, Indian food. Indian food. Okay, I was thinking like, you know, a whole ass Indian. It's like, what? I get what you're saying. Okay, so anxiety is telling you that it's drugged. Very common theme. We've heard that one many, many times here. What do you do about it? What do you do about it? Do you say to those thoughts when anxiety says, "Oh, your food is drugged"? Do you say to those thoughts, "Oh God, no, it's not. I hope it's not. Oh God, I wonder what the possibility of this being drugged is." Right? Do you start to try to argue with that thought, or what do you say to that thought, APC? Nobody answer this question, please. Let APC answer this question. So, to the thought when your anxiety says your food might be drugged, right? How do you respond to that? What do you do? How do you respond to that, APC? So a bit of a pop quiz for you, real quick. A bit of a pop quiz for you. Nobody else answer that. Nobody else answer that. Let's let AP answer that. Let's give them a minute. Oh, wait, okay. Okay. The bot held your question. Let's see. I say if it's drugged, then it's fucking drugged and eat it. But my balls are not big enough for that. Okay. Well, well, this is not about having big balls, right? This is not about having big balls. This is about knowing that you're getting a false alarm, you're getting a fake signal from your brain, right? And that you can't live the rest of your life like this. So it's not about having big balls, so to speak, but it's about knowing what's going on, which you do know what's going on, right? And then taking the necessary steps to overcome it. Knowledge is power. I watched a scary haunted house story on YouTube. Now I'm scared. Anxiety is scaring me with ghost thoughts. Well, I mean that's a bit different. You watch something scary and now you're scared. That's why people watch scary stuff, right? Um, embrace it. It's all the same. Embrace it. It's good practice. But remember, you can't say, well, if it's drug, then it's drug, screw it and eat it. You can't say that and then 2 seconds later start worrying again. You're wasting your time. Remember, we made that point earlier in the stream. That you can't use acceptance, then 2 seconds later start debating and arguing and blah 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 again because you're wasting your time. Right? Right? You should probably you should probably get into a mental boxing match with that thought, Arnold. That might help. I'm just kidding. That's sarcasm. You should not do that. You should not do that under any circumstance. You should say, "Screw it. I'm sick. I'm gonna heal. Right? I'm dealing with a real illness. I'm gonna relax. Screw it. Don't get into the mental boxing match rabbit hole." Well, it's supposed to be scary, AP. It's supposed to be scary because your brain has made that false connection, right? Your brain has made that false connection, so it's supposed to be scary. But remember, you can't use acceptance for 2 seconds and turn back to the mental worry. I keep imagining what if a ghost is next to me when I sleep, or what if a ghost makes noise even though my house has always been peaceful. So use acceptance, right? Your mind says, I keep imagining what if a ghost is next to me when I sleep, and you say, to that thought, you could say something like, let's fucking cuddle. Let's cuddle. Wrap your big, manly, ghostly arms around me and let's cuddle, right? We're doing the opposite of worry. We're being sarcastic little fucking assholes, right? Because we're no longer going to fuel the anxiety. We're no longer going to tell the brain with worry that there's a problem. But see, you're not doing that. Instead, you're saying, why the heck am I having these thoughts? Right? You're not going to get anywhere with that. You're not going to get anywhere with that. Not going to get anywhere with that. Why do I tell you that? Because I love you enough to tell you that. Look, you're not going to get anywhere with that. You got to face it. You got to face it. You got to be a sarcastic little asshole, and you got to face it, and you got to simply just say whatever. You got to break out of the worry habit at some point, right? You have to. Now, whether you want to be more aggressive with that or more neutral with that, that's up to you. But you've got to break out the worry habit at some point. It's a cycle. It's a very stressful cycle, and it's what's keeping your nerves tired. It's a very stressful cycle, and it's what's keeping your nerves tired. So, here's a good example. Case said, I'm trying not to panic, worry that I could have the Rona. So, basically, in a real life situation, you take the necessary action, right? If you're worried about it, go get tested. If you're worried about it, go do whatever. Do what you have to do. Take the real necessary action. But at that point, understand that the worry is not going to get you anywhere regardless, whether you take the action or not. So regardless, we still have to break out of the worry habit, right? So we have to say, if I got it, I got it, right? And we got to keep that attitude. We can't do that and then go back to the worry 2 seconds later, because then we're wasting our time, right? So we take the necessary action, or we don't take it, whatever you want to do. But regardless, the worry habit's got to be broken, right? Regardless. Sam just put us at tip goal. Sam just put us at tip goal. Let's give a round of applause in the chat for Sam putting us at tip goal today. Thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate you. AP said, I'm going for it. Now I'm having a panic attack. I don't know if you ate it and that's why you're having a panic attack, or if you didn't and you just worked yourself up so much that you're having one. But whatever, we are where we are now, and this is a good thing. Let it happen. Ask it for more. Say, you know what? I'm here for it. I can live like this, right? Opposite of worry. This is your opportunity to make the biggest first step in your journey that you could possibly ever make, and this is your opportunity right here, and that's an amazing thing. And the first person to show any sort of sympathy, right? And sympathy is good, but not while someone is experiencing anxiety and panic. We do not want to treat this as a bad thing. So the first person to say, oh, that sucks, AP, I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to be very mad at you. Because we do not view anxiety and panic as a bad thing. That is worry. And if you want to be stuck in this cycle, then keep doing that. But if you want to break out of this cycle, we view this as a very good thing. And we say, you know what, I'm here for it. And you say, we know what, give me your best shot. And you say, you know what, make it worse. Right? We do the opposite of worry with these thoughts and these feelings to break out of this worry cycle, which is what's keeping you in this miserable place where we keep the nerves fried, right? So, ate half of it, having some panic. This is the perfect opportunity to show your brain that this is not needed, right? How to do that? Do the opposite of worry. More neutral, more aggressive, I don't care which approach you take, but we got to do the opposite of worry. So this is a perfect opportunity. Perfect opportunity. Again, thank you so much, Sam, for putting us at tip goal today. Did I update the streak? I don't think I did. We're moving on to a 49-day streak, chat. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Yep, and there's no way around it. I'm going to be honest with you, AP. There's no way around it but through it, which means you have to do what you're doing now, which is excellent, and you have to do the opposite of worry while you do it so that you can show your brain that this thing is not a real danger. So what's the opposite of worry here, right? And then do that, and then do that. You are taking the steps that you have to take to get your life back, right, from this shit. And you should be proud of that. This is not a bad thing. This is what we need to happen. We've got to activate this fear in order to generate new pathways, right? Cook at home? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not should you cook at home, right? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to spend the rest of your life living like this? Are you trying to spend the rest of your life, oh, maybe I should cook at home? No, 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 you're not, right? I have seen so many times people have the same fear, no longer give a shit about it because they did what you're doing, which is to face it, right? And do the opposite of worry. Now you're teaching the brain, you're in the heat of the moment, and you're teaching the brain that this shit is not needed, and you should be proud of yourself. You should be very proud of yourself. And now, for the remainder of your day, anytime these thoughts or feelings come, do the opposite of worry. Switch it to acceptance, and you're going to see how this works. And it's going to feel like magic, right? It's going to feel like magic. Stay on top of it. Stay on top of it, right? Switch this worry to acceptance. Switch this worry to acceptance of these thoughts and feelings, and before long, you will not give a shit about this, right? Because you will have retrained your brain. Keep at it. Keep at it. You're doing awesome. You're doing great. It's so scary though. Erase that. Backspace that. We change that. We don't sit and we don't say that. We erase that and we go from it's so scary to I want this, to I need this, to I'm willing to experience this, right? Because you're doing it now. You're already scaring yourself now. Opposite of worry. Let's go. Let's go. Right? Let's go. Let's get you on board. Let's get you on board with this. It's going to change your life, I'm telling you, but we got to get you on board with it. And you should be proud of yourself. You should. Also, we already know all that. We already know, oh, who would want to drug your food, blah, blah, blah. Don't get them started on that. Don't get them started on that. We don't want reassurance. We don't want, oh, why would this ever happen? None of that's going to help. None of that's going to work. It's not going to work. Yeah, see, I mean, they said it themselves. I know that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work because your brain is programmed to believe that this is a danger. Whether you use all the reassurance in the world or not, it won't work. It'll never work. The only thing that will work and the only language that the brain speaks is pure experience. That's why the boxing match never works, right? That's why the only thing that does work is the opposite of worry, right? So let's keep you on board with that and you'll see results. You will see results. You will see those results. So that is a good example. That is a perfect example. No, that does not ever work because the boxing match doesn't work. The only way the brain learns is not through debating with it with statistics, right? But by showing it, by doing the opposite of worry. That's the only thing that works, right? Hey, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. Yeah, so that was a perfect example because you can see why the reassurance just doesn't work. So that was actually a really good example, and I'm glad you said that. Oh, okay. I'm glad you told me your Discord name because now I know who you are and I know that you've been struggling with this thing for a while. So congrats, you officially just made your first step into recovery. Now remember, opposite of worry. Opposite of worry. You might not have the most confidence in the world right now, but we got to get you to do the opposite of worry. Look at you. You've already ate half of it. How long has it been? You're good. You're good. You've already ate half of your meal. How long has it been since you've done that? It's been quite a minute. You're good. You're not drugged. You're fine. Continue doing the opposite of worry. You've got this. You're taking your life back. Love to see it. Love to see it. Not only do I love to see it, but your brain loves to see it. So believe it or not, you just taught your brain a lot. You may not feel that right away. You may not feel the results of that right away, but you just taught your brain more than you know. Results will come. Results will come. You may not have ate it all, but when I first started talking to you, you weren't going to eat it, period. Right? So let's be proud of ourselves. Let's be proud of ourselves. You just taught your brain more than you know. Takes a minute for these changes to take effect in the brain, but you just taught your brain more than you know. Trust me. Oop, that's the end of our music. Of course we've got an ad. Of course we do.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. If you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of
Oh, okay. Alright, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We've been going for about an hour 40 today. Alright. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for, just having the will to change your own lives. You should be proud of yourself. Let's keep it going. Thank you guys so much. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream. Moving on to a 49-day streak. Absolutely insane. I cannot express just how grateful I am for each and every one of you. Let's keep growing. Let's keep improving. I love you guys, and I will see you very, very soon.